when Paul says law in Romans, right, and we've seen him doing this already, what did he mean? Does he mean cultural boundary markers, or does he mean more than that? It seems pretty clear to me as we've gone through Romans in context. I'm doing my own translation of Romans. I'm working in the Greek text. I'm trying to read it against the background, of all the things that we've been discussing. So I'm not just, making things up and whatever the Reformation said, well, that must be what it says. No, I'm doing my own work. And it seems pretty clear to me that, and I hope it's clear to you so far, that he means more than just boundary markers when he says nomos. So does the New Perspective have a point that it's possible to read our experience back into the New Testament and into Paul? Sure. That's always a good thing of which to be aware that, listen, we can't just assume that what Paul thinks is what we think, right? We have to get to grips with what Paul's trying to do in his own context. That's one of the first and most important responsibilities of an interpreter of a text. But, as I've been suggesting, the New Perspective is not as new as people think it is. They just assume it is because they don't know the history of exegesis. They don't know how the medieval church read the Bible, or maybe even they assume that the medieval church didn't read the Bible, which would not be true. The idea that the law was a reference to the Old Testament ceremonial laws is literally, not figuratively, as old as Peter Lombard, who lived from 1100, so 12th century, early 12th century, about 1100. We don't really know exactly when he was born. That's why you see a C and then a period. It means circa, about 1100, and he died in 1160. Peter Lombard's one of the most important theologians of the 12th century and one of the most important theologians of the entire Middle Ages,